I'm making my wedding cake. But before you call me crazy, hear me out. Most people, once they get engaged, jump straight into looking for a venue or a wedding dress. But me, I searched for my wedding cake. Okay, so I just found the most incredible cake artist in the area in which I'm getting married. So I'm gonna go to her website and shoot her a little message and see if she's available for our date. I knew in the back of my head that the cake was gonna be expensive, but I was hoping maybe I'd be surprised. All right, so I got an email response, and yeah, it's way too far outside my budget. And you're probably thinking, Emily, why didn't you just order a cake but do less sugar flowers? Well, guys, one thing you have to know about me is that once I see something that I want, I had to have it, whatever way possible. And if that means DIYing it, it means DIYing it. And how many other people can say they made their own wedding cake? It's officially made by Malie. Do I put too high of expectations on myself for these crafts? Sometimes, yes. So I grabbed my handy dandy notebook and began to sketch. And sketch and sketch until I had a few good ideas to choose from. Okay, I think I got some good plans. So from a design perspective, I feel like a cake should have some movement to it. This one has like more of an S curve, which I feel is great. This one's more of a traditional, in my opinion, look where it has like little clumps of flowers. So I think I'm gonna go with this look. And now I just have to figure out what kind of flowers I wanna make. I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to contain my excitement so it's not overbearing, but I've been dying to try out these sugar flowers for years now. I've been taking time to slowly invest in all the petal cutters, all the tools. It's not cheap. I have to say that. I probably spent about $500 on all of these supplies. And if you're not an avid cake baker, if you're not planning to make sugar flowers, again, in the future, it might not be worth it. It might be worth it just to do a one-time purchase and get your wedding cake made by someone. But for me, this was something I'm really interested in and that I would love to continue to do in the future. So let's just hope I'm good at this. But the first flower I decided to make is a cherry blossom because Jonathan and I, when we were first dating, we went to the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens in Prospect Park, and it was during cherry blossom season, so we walked down these rows of cherry blossoms. It was really cute, and I still look back on this like one photo where we just look so little. My cheeks are very chubby, and this is my first flower I'm making, so wish me luck. So for the top tier, I'm gonna make a chocolate cake. And that is actually a very important detail to our proposal story. So later when I'm making the cake, I will share my whole proposal story. It's a pretty good one, so you'll want to stick around. Ooh, look at them. They're so cute. Boop, boop. All right, well, the whole half of that clip was out of focus. So I guess that is the world's way of letting me know that my cherry blossom was too horrible to have to make people look at. Oh. I murdered it! Let me just show you what we're working with right here. The petals are falling off. This one is barely hanging on. All right, let's keep going. My neck and back were killing me, but I was not about to give up. So I pushed through the night until I made my first successful sugar flower. There she is. It just needs to dry, and then I'll put some of this blush on it tomorrow to make it all beautiful. Hopefully make a few more just like this one.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden. Golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden.
Okay, well, now that I have all of that cleaned up, finally, my proposal story. Jonathan had woken up at 6:30 or 7 a.m. to make this whole picnic that we were gonna go on. I don't know how I didn't wake up. He must have been super quiet. He told me later that he hand whisked this entire batter and the buttercream. The buttercream is the harder part. Oh, I put too much. It's fine. It's fine. He was super strict about like, don't look in the fridge. I don't want you to be spoiled by what I've made you. So I was like, okay. Hint number 57 that I didn't pick up on. We had been taking a lot of Revels at the time, which are these like electric mopeds that you can rent around New York City. So we unlocked the bike, but we hadn't started the ride, and I closed the back and it locked. And the Revel wasn't on, and I was like, oh crap, like your phone's in there. We can't unlock this back part without your phone. I was just like, oh, it's fine. We can call Revel customer service. Like, it's not that big a deal. And Jonathan's freaking out. Little did I know that the ring was in the chocolate cake that was in the back of the Revel. So I didn't know that I just locked my engagement ring into the back of this Revel, and I was about to walk away to call customer service. After that little dilemma, we got the bike unlocked because I logged into his app from my phone, and we just were able to unlock the bike from there. So we headed to Prospect Park, and I just remember we were walking around this lake. I was trying to find a spot. I was like, oh, that's good. Like, that's good. He's like, no. Let's keep walking. Let's keep looking. Like, he wanted to find the perfect spot. So we sat down and we ate our little sandwiches and skewers that he had made. So I was pretty full, and I told him, I was like, just lay down, just lay back, like, come on, let's chill. And he's sitting up, just like picking the grass really anxiously. He's like, can we just have cake now? I just really want you to try my dessert. So he gets out the cake, and it's in a little Tupperware. He had only brought a slice of it. He opens the lid, and I'm like, oh, it looks so good. And he's sitting there staring at me like, but the problem is the cake had gotten like flipped over in the Revel ride or bumped around. So the ring had gotten pushed so far into the cake that there was just this tiny little sparkle on it. And I look up and I see him like staring at me. And at first I was like, oh, he just wants me to tell him, oh, it looks great. I'm so excited. But then I saw this like little glimmer of a little sparkle. And at first I was thinking, why did he put this tacky little like gem on top? And I like looked closer and I was like, what? I can't quite remember exactly what I said or what he said or any of that, because I was just in such shock over the fact that this was happening in that moment, you know? After all that shock, I was like shaking. I was like, okay, let's just pack up this stuff. I need to take a walk. I need to move. We were just like skipping along, just the happiest little bunch. I'm sure people passing by were like, what did they have for breakfast, you know? But yeah, that's the whole engagement story. Here's the ring. It's not some tiny little gemstone, let me just say. And actually, this is the exact recipe that Jonathan had used to bake the cake for our engagement. I don't have a very strong hand. And funny thing is, this recipe has like buttermilk and sour cream in it. If you know Jonathan, you know he hates sour cream, and he hates any kind of like gross cheese. I know, very French of him. So for him to even go near sour cream is a big feat. He could have chosen a different recipe, but I guess he wanted to make the best of the best for me, which is very, very sweet. All right, well, I will see you guys tomorrow when we're ready to put all of these things together. It has been a long process, but we are finally here and ready to assemble my wedding cake. Just one person here talking to a camera by herself. Anyway, so you can see I have two styrofoam faux cake molds here, and this one is just gonna go boop right on top. So I just made white for the outside, but I'm gonna fill the middle with chocolate because you can't have a chocolate cake without chocolate icing. Duh, sacrilegious. Is it bad luck to cut your wedding cake before your wedding? Like if I call this a wedding cake and I end up slicing it and taking a bite, is that bad luck? I'm still gonna eat it. Never did I ever think I would be rubbing grease on some styrofoam. But here I am. Now I'm gonna be honest, I've only ever covered a cake with fondant twice in my life. One was for the Animal Crossing cake video, which was one of my first YouTube videos. So I'm a little bit nervous to cover this in fondant, but we'll see. I think I'm making it a little too thin, but it's okay because we're just gonna make it work. Oh no, it's starting to tear. It's starting to tear. Can I save it? We're just gonna try. Oh no, it ripped. Covering a cake in fondant was proving to be much harder than I expected. I mean, look at that. This is brand new fondant. No! It had stuff on it. I was in such a good mood this morning. Why? I was really starting to worry that I was in over my head with this whole cake idea. If I'm this stressed right now, how am I gonna be able to do this in the week leading up to my wedding? I had no choice but to call for backup.
I love you. Please work for us. Emily's sanity depends on you.
Truly. This
Let
might
me
be a
give
little
some
bit
grease.
promising. Every time you come in here, everything just works out so much better. What is that?
Is that what was happening earlier?
Yeah.
Is it better than before?
No. It's about the same. Oh, Jonathan, this is not working. Sweetheart, there's no coming back from this. It's just so lumpy. Come on, let's just...
No,
let's
it's
just
not.
no,
No!
we're done.
No, 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 no!
Jonathan was determined and decided to give it a shot.
I'm so sorry, man. And Fondant doesn't like you. Is that made for that?
No. At this point, you're murdering the fondant. Thank you for trying. I really appreciate it. I guess I'm just gonna have to try to make my own fondant. What do you think?
Yep.
We're gonna do this.
You are.
I'm just heating up my marshmallows and we're gonna make our own fondant. Fingers crossed. Please work. That looks like it's not gonna rip. My big baby. At this point, I was one fail away from losing my mind, so this better work. It's not tearing. It's not tearing. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. You guys don't understand how much work this took me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Mwah! I love you. That is how it's done. La da da, la da da. I was on a high from the success of my first cake, but I still had 2 more to go, and they were not about to let me win that easily. Okay, I don't like how that looks. Jonathan, can you see the stripes through this? It was a roller coaster ride to get here, but I did it! I did it! I covered all of them in fondant. Should I risk it? Should I risk it for the biscuit? I think I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is gonna give me a super clean edge. Oh, wow. I'm so proud of this one. It looks so good. Let's not drop it now. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, what am I thinking? 1, 2, 3. Now what? Is that in the center? Is that in the center? No, that is not in the center. There's always a right and a wrong way to do things. Clearly, this is the right way. It's not centered at all, but I don't really care at this point. Next time, we're just getting one big center dowel that's thick. Perfect. Keep the spatula under there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good job, baby.
It's a little off center, but it's okay. Yoo-hoo, hello. All right, so these are what my flowers are looking like. We have some roses, some spray roses, some cosmos, cherry blossoms, a dahlia. These are just like some leaves. I have a peony and some blackberries. And they're all going on this lovely cake right here. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous for placing these, but I'm gonna triple check that they're the right placement, and then I'm just gonna go for it. And you guys, you'll never believe what I found. Look at this. Look. Subscribe, please.
Oh my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow, but I'm here to hold. And oh my love,
I guess I'm ready to get married now. Jonathan!
The trees haven't started to shed. Just feel the summer sun as it warms our bed.
So what did I learn? Well, first of all, that these flowers are so breakable. Oh, fudge nuggets. See how breakable these are? Look at that. So I will be bringing extra sugar flowers with me to the venue to make sure in case something breaks, I can fix it. And guys, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I struggled so much with stacking the 2 styrofoam cakes on top of each other. What I could have easily done is just stack the 2 styrofoam cakes and stuck the skewers into them, both. So for next time. And one last thing I might want to try is to put something on the white part of the cake, maybe experiment in the next few months with painting on the cake or maybe adding some gold leaf or something. But you'll just have to wait and see what my final wedding cake ends up looking like. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also to follow me over on Instagram so you don't miss any of those updates. If you guys want to see me try my wedding dress, click on this video. And if you want to see me make a giant croissant, click right here. And I'll see you in the next one. Bisous!